Motivating teens in quarantine. Hey, it's Heather Chauvin, wife, mother of 3 boys, former social worker, breadwinner, recovering hustler, and stage 4 cancer survivor. I'm not a fan of that term, by the way. Beyond all of these titles and labels, I'm a human being, just like you, attempting to navigate it all while feeling good. My goal on this podcast is to show you that you can live an energized, sustainable life both at home and in your work. It doesn't matter if you stay at home full time, if you work from home, you're a CEO, a successful business owner, or trying to find some inspiration. On this show, I attempt to keep it real with stories, interviews, and random thoughts. This is not a business or career podcast, and it's not parenting podcast. It's both and so much more. You will laugh. You may even cry. And you may even get a little frustrated with the truth you've been hiding from yourself. I believe all human behavior is a language, whether it's through your child's behavior, your health, or a relationship. And when we learn to listen instead of react, we begin to understand what it truly means to feel alive and in control. It's time to put your big girl pants on and find your brave. Let's go. Guess what? I am back, and today I want to talk about a personal challenge of mine and a few things that I have done, or we have done, to shake things up in the Chauvin household. So by now, you're on day 365 of quarantine, and shit is getting real. So every day's a new adventure over here. So if you're not familiar, I have 3 boys. They are 15, 10, and 7. 3 very different boys. And I would say the most challenging behavior in our home has been with the oldest. Probably because you can't hang out with friends. He doesn't work. He's not working. And to top it all off, he also screwed up his knee, had to get a MRI, and needs surgery. And obviously can't get any of that done while this is happening. So, yeah, it's been fun, aka not fun. So I wanted to talk about motivating teens during quarantine because I've heard from a lot of parents, and it doesn't matter what age your children are, you're going to have different strategies, routines, tricks up your sleeve. And just because I'm in it, I thought, let's go for it. So every day, every week is a new adventure. So now at this point, we are obviously home education. I don't like to call it homeschooling because I don't think what's happening is a depiction of homeschooling. I think it's very different. So we're educating our kids at home. I work. My husband works for me as well, but of course we both have to take care, or works within my company, but we have to take care of our shit. We have to take care of the kids, all of that. So it's different with a smaller child to be able to put them in front of the TV or motivate them. But teenagers, they're a breed of their own because they have this adult entitlement, but their brain is still a little bit like a toddler, and they got, they're big. My son is bigger than me now, and they have attitudes. So it's been interesting. To say the least, I keep saying it's been interesting. So I hope you're getting the vibe of where I'm going. But there's 3 or 4 things that we have implemented, and I know this will bring up all of your personal shit, the triggers, the stories that we tell ourselves. And I cannot tell you enough that I'm so grateful for my personal development journey and all the work that I teach the women that I work with, because I've definitely stepped up my game and practiced what I preached. I've probably yelled once, okay? So people will say, how do you not yell? And that's a loaded question, but there are many times where I've gone into my red zone. But in all, I'm frustrated and annoyed at times, but I'm not losing my mind, which is great. And a lot of that has been working on relationship stuff. So number 1, routine. So when your teenager wants to sleep until noon, that's all fine and dandy until it's not fine and dandy anymore. Because if you slept until noon, I do understand the importance of the teen brain and, growth and letting them sleep in. But routine is essential, because what's going to happen is they sleep until noon, they wander, they go to the washroom, and then they're going to find their phone or some form of electronics, and then they're just going to lay there and binge, right? They just want to chill, which is great. But when you have a teen who can go down a rabbit hole really quickly mentally, because that's what I used to do when I was younger, and that's what I could do now, you got to get up, you got to get your energy moving. So routine is essential. So if your teen used to get up at 7 a.m., let them sleep until 9. Let them sleep until 10. I don't know. Let them get their rest, but make it routine that they have to get up and co-create this routine with your teen. The relationship is going to be key. So if you need to repair your relationship with your child, that is going to be challenging, and that's a whole nother can of worms. But if you have a pretty decent relationship with your child and they're going to listen to you, when they are in their green zone, when they're ready to listen, that's when you can say, okay, this is not working. Let's get back on track. So, you can sleep in. So 9, 10 o'clock, then you're going to get up. It's required for us in our house, required that you eat breakfast, that you take a shower, that you look presentable, you put some clothes on, and you get some exercise in. So where we live, we can still go outside. And I noticed a huge difference in my son's mental health when he goes for a bike ride, even though he fucked up his knee. That's a whole other story. But a bike ride, a walk, go outside and play basketball for 10 minutes. Just get some fresh air. I don't care if it's raining outside. You just got to move your body a little bit. So, so important. And then he's fueled. And then it's academics time. Let's just get that hour or two of work out of the way. If your teacher sent home 8 hours of work and your kid is beating their face against the wall, give them an hour, give them 2 hours, and then let it go. Let it fucking go. Because mental health is way more important than academic success. I will repeat that again. Mental health is way more important than academic success. So once you have a routine, understand their currency. Because you can pay your kids off with their currency. So for most kids, depending on your lifestyle and how you do that, currency is Wi-Fi access, screen time, or money. So for a teenager, it's probably Wi-Fi and money. And I have bought into that currency. So as long as your academics are complete and you have done your morning routine, which is getting your ass out of bed, taking a shower, pumping the blood through some form of exercise or body movement, and you are eating, I don't care what the fuck you're eating, try to eat as whole as possible, at least 3 meals a day, drinking your water, not forcing food down your child's throat, but gaining some type of healthy routine so that, one, their behaviors are going to be better, their blood sugar is going to be stable, they're not going to be an asshole towards you. It's really, really important. I'm interrupting today's podcast to let you know that I have created an amazing experience for you, and guess what? It's 100% complimentary. Yep, free to you. It's called Getting Out of Your Own Way. It's a mini course, and you can get access to it right now. All you have to do is head on over to heatherchauvin.com/workshop. myname.com/workshop. And all you have to do is fill out your name and your email. You're going to get a PDF and also the accompanying videos. But listen up. We don't need to go at this alone. So if you're feeling misaligned, burnt out, and you can't help think there must be something more, then when you register before April 13th, you're going to go into a private Facebook group. In that private Facebook group, I am going to be running this mini course live. So me in real time doing the work with you. It's a 4-part mini series. So head on over to heatherchauvin.com/workshop. Step-by-step guidance on how to get what you want, define what you do, uncover what your soul is truly craving, so you can show up as your best self at work and for your kids. Get out of survival mode and start creating the life you desire. Let's go. So once all those things are done, the academic portion is complete, then you can have screen time. You don't get to hang out on your screens for 12 hours a day, but you can have an hour at a time. I don't care. Whatever it is, as long as you're moving, you're not binging in your room, in your bed. So at our home, the room is for bedtime purposes. And you can go retreat to your room, but you're not hanging out there very long. So we try to engage the kids in, you're doing something at the dinner table, you're hanging out downstairs. I want to see you. I want to be with you. I don't want you to be retreating into your room all the time. So it's okay to use currency. It's okay to use the Wi-Fi, and, you don't want to work for free. You want to feel respected, right? So they get shit done, then they can do it. Also, because I have such a big age gap between the 15-year-old and the 10-year-old and 7-year-old, that give them some responsibilities. So I've given them some adult responsibilities, like you're on lunch duty today, you have to cook lunch, and then I'll pay you. I'll literally give you $10-20 for cooking and clean up. And, it's the same thing you would do for another babysitter. So it depends on your, current situation and what that looks like. But just being mindful that it's okay to pay your children to get them to do, quote unquote, regular life things if that's what's going to motivate them. Also, we are not in a regular time. So whatever my golden rule for myself, and you're welcome to adopt this, is this in alignment with how I want to feel? So if I want to feel like focused and present and not screaming and yelling at my kids all day, how can I get them to support me? How can I get them to support each other? So even getting the 10-year-old to cook, like getting the kids to engage and clean up is so, so important. Let them learn life skills. Let them learn how to do their own laundry. Let them learn how to do your laundry. I know you probably don't want your kids doing your laundry. Let them do the towels. Let them clean the toilets. Let them do life skills. Let them walk the dog. Let them do all the things that you put on your plate. I know it's so difficult to get out of that mindset, and they're not going to do it as good as you, but give them some life skills. Back talk, let's talk about that. Let's talk about back talk and the swear words and all of that fun stuff. These are symptoms. These are symptoms to a deeper rooted problem. Most likely, it's boredom and frustration. Speaking of the devil, he just opened the door and made a really loud noise, and I flipped him the bird and he left the room. Just kidding. I went like this. Get away. Get away. You know that look that you do where you just swipe your arm and you're like, get the fuck away from me. That's exactly what I just did. And he took my cue. Of course, he creaked the door. Anyways, children, I love them. Backtalk symptoms. This is a symptom. When your child is angry, when your child is frustrated, when your child is being rude or disrespectful to you, they're not being rude or disrespectful to you. They're just vomiting how they feel on the inside. I know it is so difficult not to take it personally, but please understand that if somebody hurts you with their words, they're hurting inside. So this is an opportunity for connection. And I know your teen is not a little boy or girl anymore, but it's an opportunity for growth. And there's so much magic that can happen with let's just hang out together. Let's just cuddle. Let's watch a movie. Let's, talk to me. And you know what? If your child or teen doesn't want to talk to you, they don't need to talk to you, but just spend that quality time. Your phone is away. Hopefully you can get their phone away, and you're just let's just be together. If you are able to go in your car and drive, you don't have to have a final destination, but I'm telling you, there's magic that happens in that car ride with no cell phones and you're just driving. Be with your teen one-on-one. Verbal communication that is not pleasant is a symptom. They're not being disrespectful, okay? They need your attention. They're saying, Mom, Dad, Aunt, Uncle, Grandma, I'm having a really hard time coping with all of this, and I don't know how to communicate that, so I'm going to tell you to fuck off. Last and final tip, have a journal. So something that I have mentioned to my clients before and things that I've done, I don't do this a lot, but once in a while when I'm trying to communicate with a teen, especially boys. So all boys, their brain works very differently than girls. But if you're trying to process and communicate, I've actually done this with my husband as well. I'll have a journal, and the journal, it doesn't need to go on forever. It could just be, during a difficult situation. I will write like a gratitude journal to the child and dear so-and-so, I am so incredibly grateful for you. Thank you for making lunch. Thank you for burning that can of zoodles today for your brothers and leaving it on the stove. LOL. I love you so much. I'm grateful for you. And then let them know about something about yourself. I've been feeling overwhelmed with, being stuck in the house, yada, yada, yada. Curious how you're coping. And ask a question at the end, and then let them, and then just put it on their bedside and say, hey, I left you a journal. Let me know, if you want to write in it. Then let them write in it how they're feeling. And then you can continue the conversation that way. It also helps because there's processing time. They can really get it out, and they're not saying it to you, and you're not reacting in real time. Last thing I want to say about this. Do not be attached if they write in the journal or not. If they don't want to write in the journal, don't make them write in the journal. It's just a tip. It's just a strategy. So this is how to keep your teens motivated in quarantine. Let me know how it goes. Remember, everything is progress, not perfection. Take what I say, make it your own. Don't make it literally. And trust yourself. So essential. Trust yourself. You've kept your kids alive this long. Trust that you can communicate and connect with them on a deeper level. You've got this. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. And if you did, please share, review, tag me on Instagram at Heather Chauvin. And just know you are not alone. I truly believe as women, when women help women, we rise together. And now more than ever, we need to make that ripple effect and become the person that we most desire everyone else around us to be. And if you need a little additional support, getting you through this time and through this process and up-leveling your life, whether it's personally or professionally, I have something for you. It's the free Getting Out of Your Own Way mini-series. It's a mini course. You can actually start it right now if you head on over to heatherchauvin.com/workshop. On April 13th, I'm going to be going through this process inside a Facebook group, and the link for that is when you join. So heatherchauvin.com/workshop. During this 4-part mini-series, I'm going to dig deep with you. I'm going to talk about how to push through that guilt. What is your brave zone? How to manage your time in alignment with how you want to feel. How to deal with all these big emotions that are coming up. Where to put them when you just got to get shit done. So, nothing happens unless you take action. So head on over to heatherchauvin.com/workshop. I look forward to seeing you on the inside.